preparing for a future that I wanna see. There's no one else I'd rather share this with. Nobody knows my imperfections quite as perfectly. You guessed it, it is you that I'm thinking of when we're apart. You're my searchlight when I'm in the dark. It is true. I'd give it all, I'd give my heart. You're my searchlight when I'm in the dark, when I'm in the dark.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the Boise State Esports Arena here located downtown beautiful Boise. Tonight you're going to be watching some NACE coverage of Overwatch. This is week 1 of the playoffs, so very, very big, very important game going up against Drexel, a school we haven't heard a lot of until this semester, so there's not a lot to go on to yet, but I'm Mason. I am joined by Colin here, and Colin, so there was a Overwatch patch that was actually supposed to go through today, November 15th. Did not end up going through. There were some technical difficulties. What do you think would have changed if that went through?
I think obviously we've seen the downfall of the demise of Zarya, which has been, to me, sort of very annoying because I've always felt, especially with this one tank role as well, you need your tank to be very sort of aggressive and dominant and very oppressive. But I think Zarya got to the point of being too much in that way.
A little too much, yeah.
And then obviously saw a little bit of Sombra. I think I'm blanking on the other ones, but I think those are the main two important ones in my eyes.
Yeah,
so I think
believe Genji got a little bit of a nerf too, which
that's what it was.
Very, very happy about that. But jumping into NACE Collegiate Overwatch, we are in Overwatch 2, a best of 5. We're going to be playing all active maps will be in the map pool. It is 5v5, of course, being in Overwatch 2 now. And those maps are going to be in order of control, hybrid, push, an escort, and then control not played if we get there. And really jumping right back to the next one, some Doc's keys might be able to help us get into the right mindset here.
Yeah, which I think I just want to see push personally.
That's right. And Doc's keys to the game in Overwatch 2. Take fights in unexpected places. Don't make positioning mistakes. win 1v1s, win fights before objectives. And of course, Drop-In Gaming is the premier online platform for gamers who seek competition. Play your favorite games to win cash and prizes through free and paid entry matches and tournaments. Whether you're new to the scene or a seasoned veteran, Drop-In Gaming has the right games and competition for you. To begin your competitive gaming journey, just sign up at dropingaming.com. And of course, these games are brought to you by Drop-In Gaming. So getting in, Control first.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't played some Overwatch. Do you have a certain map that you're looking forward to? Oh, I guess we have them here now.
Looking at it right now, yeah. Those two other maps, I don't think those are the right, different games. But either way,
all that matters right now.
A collab, perhaps. Lijiang Tower sort of going into it has always been sort of a favorite as well. And sort of comp-wise, sadly, like we said before, you're probably going to see the Zarya.
Mm-hmm.
I remember last time we were on Des talking about Overwatch, it was when Kiriko had just been announced. I think Kiriko had either come out like the day before or the day of. And I think now more than ever, with Kiriko being locked in competitive format as well, I think we're definitely going to see her as a very oppressive role in both of these games as well.
I totally agree. I think we're going to be seeing a lot of Kiriko, especially Boise State side. Chosen, the support player, has been running it down. All of the scrim hours, all of the in-game competitive hours on that Kiriko, and I think we're going to be pretty impressed with how far he's come.
And with Chosen, if I'm not wrong, was also our bat main previously in Overwatch 1.
That's right, yeah.
Who I would know to be a very dangerous bat main with the DPS. So translating over to Kiriko as well, I feel like it's the same thing. If you can do some real damage with your right click or left click.
And even more so, this gives Chosen the opportunity to be a lot more aggressive than you are on BAP. You have some mobility, but Kiriko just outclasses everybody in mobility here. With the wall climb and the teleport.
Yeah, being able to actually just teleport through like 2 walls to complete safety is so big. I don't think does any other character really have that ability on standby like that?
I mean, if you consider Symmetra's teleporter, other than that, no.
But the teleport, I feel like, you
still need line of sight.
Yeah, you need line of sight.
This is the only time I think we've actually had anything that just lets you totally negate walls.
And then that takes time to deploy, and that's destroyable, and then goes on cooldown, where this is just like instant, oh, I'm at 10 HP, let me just TP to my DPS on the other side, and my healer that's on the other wall.
And we're going to be seeing some Kiriko Lucio on both sides, but Boise State's going to be running the Echo here. Oh, a great pick from Plato, just hitting that railgun. It's what he's known for.
Do you see the Doomfist?
Very interesting, because Monkey is very, very strong in the meta right now. And seeing the Doomfist come in as one of the weakest tanks is very surprising. But Plato with this railgun is super oppressive. Really just hold space and take your shot as soon as it comes through. It's almost impossible for anybody to walk through while Plato is holding that supercharged railgun. Goblins here on the other side, just keeping track of that flank and angles, and it looks like Reaper's trying to contest that side here.
Still a lot of time left. I think so far Drexel was doing a good job of understanding their space and their distance. So far, I think.
Oh, Mammer getting a great pick onto Peanut's support.
And this Doomfist being able to kind of really just target these squishier targets. Yeah,
I'm surprised with how well it's working out here. And
does get the
Plato's not afraid to walk in
Doesn't
here.
matter.
Doesn't even need the railgun.
When you're at low health and then you get full health and then you still lose that fight, switch off maybe.
That one's a little blow to the ego.
Well, is there even any real counter pick to Sojourn right now? I don't really think so.
Maybe a D.Va, but at the same time, Monkey is just better in pretty much every other way right now. Not to say D.Va isn't strong, but there's just better options.
There's
and you don't want to make your whole comp over that one counter pick. But Plato does have that railgun up here. Matmark pulling in with the Meteor Strike, looking for some health. Oh, just using it to get out.
Yep.
And there we go, Plato with the railgun. First pick.
I get the second.
Oh, that bubble's just in the way.
Does not find the second, though. But they're all kind of stuck out in this outside area. Not really able to make any gain on the point here so far. Their Monkey being the first to make it. Matmark doing a really good
out, and it's just going to be so strong here.
Matmark doing a really good
with the Doom.
job of targeting these squishies. there really is no attention put on him once he's kind of target both supports.
No, yeah.
Nobody really dives back to help them.
I don't think people are prepared for. Ooh, that one hurt a little bit, Matt Merck. I don't think people are prepared to see a good Doomfist because it's just really not a thing right now. So seeing it come out now is probably not something Drexel was expecting.
With already at 99%, they do have some kind of ticks on the point, so it's not completely lost.
About to come back out, but Goblin gets a pick.
Looks like that's going to be to do it for the first map.
0 to 100. That was just a devastating stomp. But both teams are running some really, really interesting comps here. We saw a ball there at the end on the side of Drexel. At first, you see them come out with a very, very meta comp. You know, everybody in Overwatch League was running the Kiriko, Lucio, and then Reaper.
Which, as we were talking about before as well, with Lucio having a 100% pick rate as well.
Oh, that's right, yeah. Overwatch League saw a 100% pick rate on Lucio. So I wouldn't be surprised if we're seeing Lucio every map this time as well.
I think Lucio's too strong in the sense not to pick. You could probably flex that second one to either be that Kiriko, that Moira, or Ana, either one of those situational kind of characters. But
and here we're seeing Drexel come out with that very meta comp again. But Matt Merck coming out with the Orisa here. Plato gets the first pick on pest control.
Yep, that's probably the exact reason why Matt Merck picked Orisa.
Matt Merck takes 2 off the map there with 2 separate abilities. You saw the monkey try to jump back up, but he said no and tossed that javelin. And Plato getting more cleanups, but what's to be expected there?
That's probably the exact reason why Matt Merck chose Orisa right there.
He's having fun, and we can see it.
When you know you're doing this well against a team as well, you start feeling a little more confident.
Plato's just trying to charge up that railgun. Really, as soon as you can hold it at 100, any squishies that walk out are practically dead to rights. Matt Merck getting a pick onto the Kiriko and just applying so much pressure to this Winston.
Let's get the full HP, but this Winston looks kind of lost. I don't really know what to
finally
do.
Gets a pick, but Plato takes 3 with his railgun. The rest to be picked up by Matt Merck. And Goblin doing something off in the background.
Doc's keys were to win your 1v1s, and when a single player is taking down 3 of yours,
that's a 1v3, man. That's 3 times more than we can expect.
You might not stand too much of a chance of winning that fight.
Yeah. And holding up here, Matt Merck has that ultimate, can really just pull everybody together. We'll see if that comes out.
Clear does go down there. That is a pretty important part of their support role.
Oh,
and there goes Chosen
down as well. No supports on the side of Boise State right now.
Ooh.
And it looks like Boise's going to be losing this fight. No ultimates on either side yet, but we do see the railgun being very, very close on both sides, as well as pretty much everything else. Is there anything you're looking for specifically here coming into this next fight?
Like you said, sort of no ultimates really to play into it, and we do see pest control kind of sticking up the game as well, but really looking for that Plato kind of double railgun pick here. You know, I see this 87%, and I'm really hoping for it. But actually, we do see 2 ultimates on the side, 3 about to be.
Drexel is just holding the space, but Chosen gets a pick on pest control. And it finally allows Boise State to push forward and try to get to that point. Clear is contesting, kind of doing his own thing, but if you can take the aggro off the rest of your team, you're winning.
Doing Lucio things.
Here comes B. Here comes both Kiriko ults. And there's that second.
Oh, no. Oh, Matt Merck.
Just too far.
Ooh, got a little bit too greedy there with this environmental kill. And
Boise State down 3 right now. And it looks like they're going to be losing this fight, too. Tied very close, 62-66 with Drexel rising right now. But Plato does have that overclocked railgun, and that's really all you need to win.
Oh, yeah.
You can see Goblin switching over to the Cassidy here. But Boise State taking space now, and Drexel's kind of letting them get out here, just trying to build up ultimates and poke this out.
Here comes that Plato's ult. Isn't going to find anybody with it, but it's scary enough to make the entire team walk off, and it's going to pick get one anyway. And
Goblin
Goblin
does get
picked
3.
2. Wow. With Clear picking up 1 as well. And just like that, sort of, they clear out the space so well and just take point. But Drexel is currently up in terms of percentage take.
And it looks like we're going to be going into the last fight for either side right now. So if Boise State can pull this one off, looks like Matt Merck is finally getting his Javelin ultimate back. And Peanuts on Drexel is getting really close to that Kiriko ultimate as well. Veridisi takes 2. Matt Merck takes 1.
That is big for them to sort of...
And Clear's just walking around minding his own business. But it's very even right now. It could be anybody's point.
That Reaper is a dangerous pick to go against. Almost just kill the Reaper anyway, though.
Oh, and he takes out Matt Merck.
But
a great beat to save pest control right there on the side of Drexel.
Wow, now put into this overtime situation. This could be Drexel's take.
We're used to seeing the Sojourns kind of sway the fight, but Veridisi there was really just popping off on the Reaper. Nobody was looking at him, and he was just taking pot shots out of our tank.
Created their own spacing is what it sort of looked like as well, of sort of separating of the team in both ways, which I saw from both teams do as well. Yeah. Drexel just managed to do it and then hold on to the point for a little longer.
And it is very interesting seeing Drexel keep the Reaper and the tank together instead of letting Veridisi go off and flank and do his own thing. But it's working, so you can't complain.
Nope, you cannot.
This guy's seeing a hog out there.
That is.
I'm not tripping.
I wouldn't doubt if a Junkrat comes out this map as well.
I can see that. The Torb. Gob on the Torb. This is the classic.
We do see the Genji here, which is also a change from the Reaper. But
yeah, interesting change.
Other than that,
Let's see if they can do anything with it.
Meta change as well. Ooh.
Oh, Matt Merck with a great hook onto the monkey, and Plato just barely cleans him off. Boise State currently up 1. Up 2.
3.
And Matt Merck is just cleaning everybody up on this
4.
hog. Oh my god.
Make it 5. Looking for an environmental. Oh. Pushed off of it though.
Still, Drexel was not ready to just be walked on by a tank here.
No, not at all. Which with 700 HP and the DPS that a hog can put out, and especially Matt Merck on it as well.
Oh, Matt Merck is just an impressive individual. But we're seeing the Bastion out here finally. Bastion was out of the game for a bit due to some bugs, but it's nice to see some gameplay once again.
Probably trying to look to out DPS Matt Merck as well. With the turret mode that.
Yeah, he's really taking his time looking for the perfect hook here. Hooks the Orisa and gets the pick.
That's big. Bastion being low.
Plato takes out Bastion. And there is a supercharged Sojourn here.
Oh my. Oh, wow.
So close to taking out a 700 HP hog. But Pest Control barely gets cleared by Clear.
Which is probably the one character you don't want to put 2 headshots in because they click one ability button and they're right back up to full HP.
Exactly. With the support of Chosen there on the Kiriko, there's so much.
Kiriko does get committed.
Especially with a Bastion, that's scary.
Ooh, here comes out the ulti. That could do a lot of DPS.
Doesn't look like it connected to anything there. But Whole Hog is out by Matt Merck with the Kiriko rush.
And I think that was Torbjorn as well. Torbjorn also going out as well.
Oh, Goblin gets a headshot onto Peanuts. And it looks like Boise State's going to be taking this one as well, going into last fight on the side of Boise State.
Ooh, looking for that pick on Beef there.
Chosen's really getting aggressive with that one.
90% to 0 right here.
Yeah, Matt
Drexel's
is
got to do
just
something.
waiting up here to try to get a pick. Hooks the Reaper, but isn't able to connect. And Chosen takes out Peanuts on the Baptiste.
Tracking is showing up. Could get a big pick. The Orisa ult is committed, but doesn't actually find one Goblin's turret.
Boise State currently up 1, up 2. And that's going to be it for this game. Map 1 goes Boise State.
Map 1. 1-0, which is a good start.
Yeah, and I don't know what to say about Boise State's compositions right now. They're very unique, I guess, is a good way to put it, but that's kind of the Boise State charm. They don't like running meta.
They are unique in their own sense.
Yeah.
Which it's a good change for us as well.
Yeah, how did you feel about seeing the hog come out? Like, what were your first impressions? Obviously, it worked out.
Yeah,
but-
obviously it worked out. I didn't think it was going to work out as impressively as Matt Merck made it work,
Oh,
but
yeah.
it felt with the support that he had from the two supports as well, and then also having 7 HP and a second ability that heals yourself. It's
There's-
hard to DPS that health bar.
Even if you have all 5 people on Drexel focusing down Matt Merck, like, that's so much damage that it's not going to matter for maybe 5 seconds that you're just wasting out of that, where you could pick off 2 squishies.
Yep. Which is sort of a point of making with the Drexel's Sojourn as well.
That's right.
Pumping the last 2 ultimate shots into the hog, but doesn't find anything. You could have put that into the
Lucio,
Torbjorn
right?
or the
Oh,
Lucio.
Torb, that's right, yeah.
Maybe gotten a stagger pick.
But anyways, coming into map 2 soon. I believe this is hybrid, and we're going to King's Row. Everybody's favorite map, known and loved by all.
Oh yeah, definitely known. Definitely known by all.
Okay.
Loved by all.
Definitely
yeah.
known by all and loved by the winning team.
The win. Yeah, that describes it pretty well.
And you call it Scrims Row for a reason. Everyone
That's-
runs this map down. It's probably one of the most played maps in Overwatch.
I think just generically, it fits everything you want in a map.
Oh, there's that hog. I see a little Torb in the back. They're running it back.
I'm guessing. Yeah.
This is-
If this is Drexel, I'd be really surprised.
That's definitely Goblin.
Okay.
That's Goblin on the Torb.
So we know. We now know.
I wonder what the
That
thought
is a
process is
widow.
behind this.
They are
There
putting
is
the
a widow.
confidence in this early pick.
But I'd love to see Chosen get a pick
Yeah.
right at the start on that Widow. Looks like they're backing off right now, though.
Might have seen that Kiriko not
Going
going
to
for
the high
it.
ground.
Ended up not going for that Widow choice.
Oh. Looks like they're running the Zarya that we were talking about earlier. This is before the update, so Zarya still has that 2.5 second bubble.
This could be the one way to kind of oppress Hog.
Yeah, Matt
Instead.
misses the hook there on the Zarya. That bubble saving her once again. But Plato just needs to hold space with this railgun here. And Drexel trying to take some pot shots right here, but really just get some charge and build up that Zarya and just support her. Goblin gets a pick onto Peanuts Baptiste.
Going for the
Overloads, and
rotate.
looks like they are all walking in. Oh,
Oh,
flank
no.
Matt Merck there, and Plato getting that pick. Pest Control does take out Plato here, and Matt Merck looks like he's trying to 1v1 a Reaper. Oh, the Reaper barely
He's-
gets out here.
Nope.
Does not get out. I spoke too soon.
The TP almost was big brain until I saw the TP was in front of the bus.
Yeah, buses get in the way sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Looks like Drexel is switching to an Echo here. Doesn't look like Boise State has anything really to deal with that other than Plato on that Sojourn.
That might be just enough.
Bell coming out from Chosen here. And it looks like Boise State's backing up. Pest Control takes out Plato. Plato's not been winning these 1v1s.
Ooh, not able to get any type
Boise
of
State currently
connection.
down 2. And it looks like the rest of them are backing out, trying
Yep.
not to stagger themselves too much.
Which is probably the smarter call. You know, let
It
them
probably is.
let them get the 2 players and then immediately kind of fight them this tunnel route as well, which can be a pretty big choke point to put a team through.
This is, and Chosen is just about coming out with that ultimate here. Matt Merck has the whole hog, but Peanuts has a field here, double damage going through it, and it comes out, but not before
There's a
Beef Stripe
window.
takes out Clear.
Window might. Oh,
Peanut
Window
takes out
does.
Matt Merck,
Trying to escape. Oh.
and the Graviton comes out. Yeah, Jeff really did not want to give up those points.
We do see the switch on Zarya. So they're taking it a little bit more serious now with 3 ults as well to accompany it.
Yeah, Matt Merck does a little bit of trolling, but as soon as it stops working in his favor, I think he gets the hint that he needs to switch it up.
Yeah.
But with Pest Control holding on to that overclocked railgun, there's really not a lot Boise can do unless they can get space fast. And they're doing
There's
that right
that.
here with the Molten Core. Matt Merck getting charged, and Goblin gets a pick here. Boise State's pushing forward. and they finally take the space back.
Did effectively push it off. This stagger pick on the Zarya could be big, and with the full
Great
charge,
pick by
Matt
Plato.
I try and get the Sojourn that's off the side, or leave it.
That's clear.
Opts to
Almost
leave
gets
it.
taken out with that beat. Drexel does have 2 DPS ult coming out this fight, so it could go either way. You know, Boise State with their 2 support ults.
Yeah, which could be the exact counter to those.
That's what they need.
Okay, here comes out
The
the
Kiriko ults are starting to come out.
Pest Control did commit ult as well. Beat has not been committed, so they're not in too desperate of a situation.
Clear gets a pick. Both sides even. Matmerk, they're still even 3v3 right now. But with a full charge Zarya, there's not much you can do. Drexel has to back up.
They do have the spawn advantage as well here. So they can, you know, them losing 2 is not as bad as Boise State losing 2 as well.
That's right. And yeah, Chosen's just trying to get some poke in there and decides to back out finally. A little staggered right now. Boise State might need to back up so that they can get with the rest of their team. But with a full charge Zarya, why give up the space if you don't need to just yet?
Exactly.
And with the Grav coming out, there we see it.
Oh my god,
All
what a
5.
big. Oh, that's a lot of damage.
Oh, but Verzidi takes out both supports.
Wow. That
Chosen going down to Jeff. Verzidi also taking out the Goblin there. And that is a team wipe.
what a weird change of circumstances. That's not what I was expecting. I was expecting a 5-man grab and something else to happen there, but that lamp really saved them, and then the pick from Verdizzi was just put them exactly in the position they needed to take the space.
It looks like Boise's going to try to touch here. Clear walking up. Oh,
Yep,
there's that touch. One more fight on this point. And Grav comes out from Jeff. Takes 2 right away. Both supports. Verdizzi picks up Matmerk.
Yeah.
And there's point 2 to Drexel.
Plato's Overclock was also committed to that fight as well, but did not find value out of it.
No, and that's not like Plato. Usually, I'd expect to see 3, even 4 picks out of every ult. But we're just not seeing that tonight.
Really putting Plato on a pedestal here.
I mean, we've seen his game.
No, yeah, it's a rightful pedestal to put him on. If you've seen Plato play, you know how.
The beat comes out by Clear, walking in a sticky grenade, takes out doesn't take out anybody actually. But
The lamp counts.
A lot of split aggression here.
Kiriko ult is committed. That Zarya is
Plato
low.
takes out Pest Control finally. Finally gets the revenge back. And Matt takes out the Lucio. Looks like they're going to keep chasing. Oh, but a full charge Zarya Echo combo.
Echo is out of it. Does die to it as well.
Oh, do we get to see some cheeky hiding? I think they're going to look for the grab. There we go.
Oh, there it is.
Matmerk takes the grab and remembers to get rid of. Oh, gets picked off. Maybe a little too much pressure.
Yep, does get punished for overstepping a little bit of bounds there.
Currently down 2. Chosen is trying to get out.
But that was window committed, though.
That was window, and that was grab. But
Yeah, so
Goblin swapping to Reaper now. Put a little more pressure on the Zarya, I think we're going to see. Pest Control overclocking with the grab combo here. Oh. Pest Control takes out Goblin.
Doesn't find anything else, though.
And, Clear.
Oh,
Clear's
that's
not
a
going to be able
big
to touch
stagger.
now. They still have a full charge Zarya. And, swapping the ball just to get that stagger. Plato picks off Peanuts with the ultimate. Does he get another one?
Here's Beat. Beat did get committed here.
A great Beat, picked off 2. Clear's got 2 as well.
Oh, there's the Lucio. Might have given up.
And with 1.41 meters remaining, Boise State holds off and brings us to the final fight. Neither team have really any ultimates except the beat drop from Beef. That really could be the make or break ultimate.
Oh, yeah.
Here.
No, it definitely could. And sort of making that clutch situation matter when they need it the most.
And Matmerk is still on that ball. I'm not sure what he's going to be doing with that, but obviously putting pressure on the Echo. Taking back everything I was about to say. With 10 seconds remaining, this is the final fight.
Goblin taking a lot of damage.
And Matmerk is just swinging to win.
Oh, that.
Oh, traps the Echo, but doesn't get the pick.
And Verdizzi gets the pick back instead, gets the counter pick there.
Kirika ult coming out here. It looks like Verdizzi is about to have.
Ooh, doesn't find anybody. That's Peanut with
top
one
view.
more pick as well. That could be Peanut out of the fight. That is.
Oh, Peanut taken by Mert.
They don't know quite how to deal with this 1,000 health
Yeah,
ball.
I was just gonna say 1,000 health. Like you're gonna take your time on that one. But Matt is. Oh, Goblin picks off the Lucio there, and everybody is low.
There's grab committed. Does get
Goblin's
Matt.
gonna have to hold off for a bit here. Chosen gets a pick on pest control with a low Echo.
They're not able to deal with Goblin right here. Goblin's just kind of outrunning both of them. Does get caught for a little
And
bit
now
of
his
damage.
support's coming back.
Oh,
There's that railgun.
now it's easy
Oh,
pickings.
and he gets picked off by Beef.
There's that support going low. Lucio.
Lucio's really just holding this one down until the rest of his team can make it back. Oh, and the Kiriko's waiting behind.
That was a
Matt Merk
smart
was prepared
pick. Oh,
and just barely keeps the Sojourn from touching. I'm not sure what much she could have done, but
Yeah,
a touch is a touch.
touch is a touch. It does save a little bit of time, and now this is BSU keeping it alive, not only stopping them from getting this 3rd point, but also making it winnable.
Yeah, and I think we all know Boise State has a great job of keeping the tempo in their favor on attack. Very, very much an attack-oriented team.
Yep.
So I think we might see some really clutch plays coming out from Matt Merk, as we have been all game. But more so even on the attack, just being able to split the focus of Drexel.
I would not be surprised, especially with the Zarya coming out as well, if they stick with it, being a very just aggressive, oppressive team as well. Just really steamrolling through this.
I would like to see more of Goblin on the Reaper as well.
Yeah.
I think that Jeff on the side of Drexel playing that Zarya just got a little too cocky, a little overconfident, and it gives Goblin the perfect opportunity to take advantage of that here.
The Tracer was a good pick for the time, simply because they needed the space and the time, Goblin buying them the time to touch point again.
Absolutely, and holding that point on his own for, I want to say, 10 to 15 seconds.
Yeah.
Saved the round.
But now, attacking-wise, yeah, seeing that Reaper might put this Zarya in a bigger check.
And it looks like we're seeing something pretty similar. Here is the Reaper Goblin that I was hoping for. But Verdizzi's still on that Echo. And to be fair, it's been working.
It has been working. Did find some value. Almost
Goblin just
got
putting
Peanut
absolute insane amount of pressure.
there. Immediately.
Plato gets a pick on pest control.
And this is exactly what I
And
was
Reaper
talking
finally
about.
picks off Jeff.
Just being this
Oh!
super aggro. Push forward. Look, they're at 2nd point chasing down Verdizzi.
I think he goes for this one. Yeah.
Already gets caught around.
Oh, please, please. Oh. Clear had to come in to save that one there. But the Zarya keeps getting caught out.
80
Oh,
charge
Matt Merk actually
goes
gets
down?
picked there.
Goes down anyway. That's a big loss of charge.
But with the cart all the way in the back right now, they're still making progress. As Chosen takes some picks here. Finally gets Peanuts.
Pushed up really far nonetheless as well.
That is, yeah, and Plato's able to just sit back here uncontested. But we are going to see a Death Blossom coming out pretty soon. Both Gravs are also past 80%. We're probably going to see a lot of ultimates this fight. And I think Goblin is ready and setting up on the high ground there, just to jump on their Zarya here.
Boise State just really forcing Drexel to come to them.
Really keeping a lot of that space to themselves. And we are already to the last fight at this point, and Drexel hasn't touched the point at all yet. Here's Grab coming out from both teams here.
Both teams.
The
And
beat
beat.
comes from Boise State, and there we go. Goblin
Wow.
gets 2 picks, 3 picks.
Looking for a
Great
4th.
Death Blossom. And we know he'll chase.
Doesn't
even
matter anyway.
Yeah, Matt gets those. Matt wins these.
But it's going to sit in this little hide hole spot looking for something cheeky.
And it doesn't look like Drexel's going to be able to touch with all of these very late respawns. So 2nd point is going to go to Boise State with 5 minutes, 40 seconds remaining to take this last point.
Oh my. Boise State just really grilling into Drexel right now. Just
And
like
again, pushing
no
forward,
space.
taking all of that space. Exactly.
giving them no opportunity to fight back, and even when ultimates come into play as well, right? You can talk about ult economy all you want, but when both those ultimates come out and you trade effectively for it,
Yes. And both sides do have that overclocked railgun here.
Kitsune as well.
Beat comes out on the side of Drexel to counter that Kitsune rush.
And 100 charge Zarya, it's going to do a lot of damage right now.
Yeah, with the double tick rate.
This is the
Just melting
exact
everybody, pushing them all back to that corner. And Plato wants one of these picks. Doesn't look like any are going to connect with the ultimate, but he's still high charge for one more shot. And barely misses the Baptiste.
forcing
Plato
Drexel.
taking 2,
brawl
taking 3,
them.
and he's just back behind them. There's nothing they can
That's
do at that
exactly,
point.
yeah. They BSU just did such a good job of forcing them to this like left side and just pushing them, being just so like being a bully to a degree of just like get over to that side and don't move.
Exactly. As soon as they have the opportunity to go forward and take the space, that's exactly what they're going to do. And I think that's why they struggle a little bit with that defense side, because they're kind of taking the second fight there.
Yep. This was
A great grab here.
yeah.
Barely lives here, but keeps going for the shots.
It's exactly what you want to see from Drexel. On the attacking side, definitely took them a lot more, but I think it was very clear who had that map in the bag.
I absolutely agree. But this tank lineup from both teams, they're doing the work. And what?
Yep.
How do you see in that stance?
It's just they're both such bullies to a degree. It just with Zarya having this 2.5 and this double tick rate, and then being able before Overwatch 2, 100 charge Zarya was dangerous to deal with. But now it just feels so much more just overpowering. And without the Reaper, I almost wonder if Drexel would have switched to a Reaper too, besides the Echo, or switched off the Echo period to begin with.
Yeah, the Echo was getting a lot of value that first half, and I think that they just wanted to keep snowballing, keep rolling that. But yeah, I do think that maybe the swap there would have been the play.
Yep.
And as you guys can see, first 2 maps going to Boise State,
Oh.
and I believe we're getting a push map now.
Which push is. I like push in this sense.
I like
especially
push.
like this map.
Push takes a lot more teamwork, it seems, so far. Just because if you win the team fight and start pushing, but you lose one person, the other team's going to come 5 in. Oh,
This is
we're actually
escort.
going to escort next.
You knew what we meant.
Yeah.
I just happened. I tripped up on that. But
Yeah, so going into escort, I mean, it's pretty much the same as they've been playing. Everybody knows escort.
yeah, escort's always been, which makes a lot more sense now because from what I've seen, at least with Boise State casting as well, push has been a very desired game mode to see. But Boise State Overwatch never lets the game go to push.
And
They
it
always
is-
just 3-0.
It's kind of taken over that 2CP map role, so you're not seeing it a lot. And hopefully in some tournaments in the future, it'll be one of the more forward-presenting map modes.
Which in a competitive sense, how did you like TCP? Because personally, from what I hear, not a lot of people liked it.
There were a lot of problems with it, and it was just I want to say it was a very flawed game mode in and of itself.
Yeah.
So just scrapping it in turn for like a better mode just in general, I think was the right move. I'm sad that we're losing the beautiful maps though, like
Yeah.
Hanamura,
Yeah,
one of my
that's exactly what I
favorite
was about to say.
looking maps.
Yep.
And I hope maybe the campaign will do something with it in Overwatch 2. We'll have to wait and see.
Or maybe they do. Maybe that's a content refresh as well for Overwatch to do as well.
I would love to see that.
Is bring those maps back in a reworked design.
Well, speaking of maps, this is one of the new maps here.
Yeah, beautiful nonetheless.
And we're seeing, of course, the Sojourns on both sides, but Sigma's as well. We haven't seen a lot of him yet.
Sigma, in my opinion, is an extremely fun tank to play right now. Yeah. Maybe not super in the meta, but nevertheless, when you're feeling it and you're supported by it, it is a fun character to play.
Drexel's continuing to take the space. But interesting enough, Matmerk is actually the one on support this time. Taking up the role of Baptiste.
Kind of swapping it around. What do you see the advantage of kind of role swapping like this?
Maybe not everybody plays to the same extent on every character. We know Matmerk is a great main tank, but Clear is just very, very, very aggressive with that Sigma. But Verdizzi takes off 2. And that might be the end of this fight for Boise State.
Found a lot of value
Oh,
on
there's
this.
the 3rd one. Verdizzi does not miss these shots.
No. Verdizzi does not miss.
And Goblin barely gets out with the Kiriko here.
Looking for any kind of value while the team regroups.
Coming around this corner is a really good spot to hold, though. And Boise State's finally getting back together.
You can control this high ground while also fighting around these covered areas, giving you a little bit of free of being out of line of sight.
Yeah. Oh, Clear picks off Pest Control. Giving up a lot of space for that. But Peanuts does take out Plato in return. And Goblin gets the pick finally onto that Widowmaker.
Oh. There goes down to Zen.
And that is a team fight for team fight win for Boise State.
Just
a lot of
before the
ultimates
first
coming
point
online as well. We got 4 on the side of Boise State, and coming up on 4 is Drexel as well. Is there anything you're looking to see in this fight?
Widow probably will be a little important. I don't see it being majorly important. However, that trans will definitely be a fight saver as well, in a sense, especially with Clear.
Yeah,
so
totally.
It might be
negating that
committed
graphitic
here.
flux. But it doesn't matter if Plato just hits these shots.
That's true. Ooh.
And
Goblin and Verdizzi just having a sniper battle.
yeah, Goblin doesn't need to even ego peek if he's not going to stop being in the open there.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter. The pressure's on. As Boise State pushes into Drexel's spawn here. And they'll back up finally, but
Really would have thought punishing this Widow might have forced the swap, or maybe not.
well, they're still holding on to a lot. It looks like the visor comes out.
Ooh.
Matmerk popping the amplification matrix.
That's a lot of
The
damage
team
right
barely
there.
staying alive, but the Zen is on the right, just flanking, taking pot shots at Clear here.
Verdizzi is definitely proving.
And that
The
may be
worth on
point
Widow.
1 to Drexel.
Yeah, that most likely will be. But bringing them down to about, I would say, 35 seconds by the time they get to this point is not bad. That's getting them pretty low and not getting a whole lot of time advantage out of it.
That's right, and
They might be able to contest.
they're going for the
here?
contest. Oh, Pest Control barely picks off Matt there with that overclock. Goblin gets a pick, making it even. Clear takes out Pest Control. Goblin with 1 more, but gets picked off by Jeff Goldblum.
Oh,
And Plato hits these shots.
wow.
I think he got tired of missing as much as we did.
No, yeah, I think definitely did. And then pulling it off again. Pulling this last second meter clutch, under meter clutch now.
Yeah,
It just-
nice scrappy fights going in.
I
Not
don't
as
know.
clean as I think their coaches would want, but
Yeah.
a fight win is a fight win.
Not
And they're not
able
going to be able to touch.
Wow. Even switching out to the Doomfist to try and get there in time, but doesn't do anything with it. And this is an extremely winnable game for Boise State to sweep very fast.
Yeah, going 2-0 right now. They just need 1 more point to close out the series here.
And we saw how dominant and forceful Boise State was on Scrims Row. That was with the capture point as well.
Yeah,
And they
now
they took it all the way. And now it's just, oh, hey, we have the point. Let's just keep
you
going.
can walk it with
Yeah,
you. Yeah, The
exactly.
point's always there.
You pretty much have to fight around the point now. So it's sort of mentality-wise of Boise State seeing it as, hey, you have to come to us more or less.
Yeah, and trying to squint down at the silhouettes, it looks like we're seeing a pretty similar comp to what we just had. But what a beautiful map.
Oh, yeah.
These new maps that came out with Overwatch 2 have just been so aesthetically pleasing. Do you have a favorite map so far that you've seen?
Some of the classics, I guess. You know, like you said, like
Classics.
Hanamura was always just like such a pretty map to me.
Yeah.
Out of the most recent ones, the one I'm blanking on its name currently, but the one in Brazil, I really like.
The Lucio map, Parisa.
I think yes.
Yes.
I really like that map as well. It just has this vibrant color and reminds me of
Goblin
other
gets picked
maps.
off right away by Verdizzi.
Wow. They were not expecting the Widow.
No. Surprisingly, I mean, Verdizzi's been so aggressive with it.
But even after losing this
And
one,
Pest
they
Control
back
picks
off.
off Matmerk on the Moira here, too. With Plato holding that full supercharge. Railgun. Really, right now, it's just setting up angles.
Verdizzi's still sitting way back in the back line.
Well, Clear
Shield
knows
there.
what he wants with this space, but
Oh,
everything is being eaten by that Sigma. And Peanuts takes out Clear.
Chosen taking the high ground here.
Goblin taking his time in the back line, just trying to line up a single shot. That's really all he needs to do right now. But Plato picks off Beef Strippy.
Matmerk did dive into the back line as well and did not find anything. It was almost immediately eliminated by Verdizzi.
Yeah, but finally putting some pressure, taking this next corner, it looks like. Although Jeff is coming up on that Gravitic Flux, and that could be a fight winner on its own here.
Oh, the Widow duel here.
Oh, the Widow Moira duel. Let's get into that one. Oh, Plato hits these shots on Verdizzi.
Lamp is saving
And
him.
Matmerk is in the back line.
Oh. Causing a lot of damage
This
down.
may be the end here.
2 down 3. The entire
Plato takes
team
these
is gone.
shots.
Oh, and now here comes the duel. Whose right click is better?
Oh, I think it's Moira's right click.
Yeah, no, you're entirely right.
And with that,
Just like that.
in very overwhelming defeat by Boise State, winning 3-0 against Drexel University here.
We got the player of the game. Yep.
Player of the game, Plato.
Yep. That's an obvious choice. It's like picking Dirt though in Rocket League.
Yeah, very similar there. A little all-star.
Yeah.
And here's that last fight we saw to end this final point.
Yep. Does not show the Widow, but the Widow elimination was there.
I'm gonna give that one to Matmerk actually. A little bit of Moira right click.
Okay, yeah. Matmerk was definitely a DPS Moira. Definitely that last map.
Hate to see it in comp, love to see it on the stream.
Oh yeah, love to see it. It gives a little bit of refresher to the stream.
Yeah, and once again, this is a Boise State win, 3-0 against Drexel University. So this December, Boise State Esports is partnering with Idaho Central Credit Union and the Idaho Food Bank to host the Giving Games charity tournament. Gamers will compete for glory, and the ultimate winners will be neighbors facing hunger who will receive nutritious food for meals thanks to contestant and spectator support. For every $1 donated to the Idaho Food Bank, we can provide food for up to 4 meals. For more information on how you can watch and support, go to boisestate.edu/esports-events/givinggames2022. Any of these really popping out to you tonight?
The only one that matters is the third. Don't go to any others.
Snow Day.
Snow Day tournament will be it'll be the best one there. You know, I'm not biased in any way, shape, or form. I 100%. You can trust me. I'm verified on Twitter. No, I'm really not.
$8.
$8 well spent. But no, it'll be a great event nonetheless.
Yeah, and you know your support goes to help those who may need it a little bit more. So every dollar counts, and just tuning in also supports us.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So coming into this, any final thoughts on those games?
It definitely was a big sweep by Boise State. There definitely was sort of first map contention of like this is getting really close, and definitely defensive side for Scrims Row was also a little slow as well. It definitely got close, a lot closer than I think we wanted it to be, but nonetheless, I think you know the Broncos really just show how you kind of pointed it out as well. Very offensively orientated team, and just once they get to that attacking role, it's over. If they can stop you on defense, we can almost guarantee they're going to roll you on offense.
Yeah, and even when push comes to shove, Boise State can hold their ground on that defense, and that's what we saw there. Three very clutch wins on that last map there.
Oh yeah,
and just closing it out. Yeah. So we are going to be going into our player of the game. Do you have any predictions for what that may be?
You know, like I said, you know, the easy pick is Plato. And while I'd love to give it to Matmerk for being the Moira, I do think it is going to be probably Matmerk on the Diva, though.
Yeah, I was gonna say Matt Merck had some great plays on the DP or on the tank there, but switching on to that more at the end, you know, you're doing a little bit, but you're holding right click in the back line, and that's not the most of what we'd want to see.
I don't think I saw one golden orb.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna give it to Goblin though this time.
Ooh, Matt Murray.
Just spoke barely too soon. Matt Merck does take the Idaho Central Credit Union Player of the Game, and this is brought to you by the Idaho Central Credit Union, who believes that a great player makes the team even more successful. Just like Idaho Central's helping members achieve financial success, Matt Merck is the Idaho Central Credit Union Player of the Game. With some great Zarya gameplay, too. I don't know why we didn't bring that up.
I said that. Yeah.
Extremely impressive. Maybe not there.
Maybe not there.
So much his fault, but
Well, ignore the kill feed. That's all that matters. But the five man ult was pretty nice.
Yeah, and on the Orisa too.
Oh yeah,
clutching up fights, getting so many environmental kills on this map specifically.
That was
peanuts.
That moment, I go back to that moment of the monkey diving, of being pushed off, and then just being speared off the edge anyway.
Speared right off the map.
Timed it perfectly with the jump as well. Matt Merck has, I think that if there's one team this team does really, really well, is environmental kills. As weirdly as it is, I think environmental kills are just one thing I think personality-wise this team loves to do.
You know, if you can't get the kill yourself, push them off the map.
Exactly. If they have too big of a health bar, why deal with the health bar when I can just let the map do the work?
No, absolutely. And with that, we are going to be going into our top 5 plays for the night. So any closing thoughts before we get there?
I think we played definitely amazing and sort of first week in the playoffs. It's good to always start out strong. It's always good to start out strong, and it's sort of keeping that momentum now of not really letting your guard down. 3-0 every team you possibly can. From the get-go, never let go of the W key.
Yeah, and that's what we saw. Great aggression, a lot of pressure, and we got to see a little bit of Boise State sweat there in that second map.
Oh, yeah. It definitely had to come out. 1.4 meters, and then it was 28 meters, 0.28 meters as well towards the end.
Yeah.
It was great.
No, Boise State always clutches it up, and that's how they won today, as always.
Oh, yeah.
So thank you for tuning in, and we're going to hit you with those top 5 plays.
I think.
Oh, Mammer getting a great pick onto Peanut's support.
And this Doomfist being able to kind of really just target these squishier targets.
Yeah, I'm surprised with how well it's working out here. And
that's good.
Plato's not afraid to walk in
Doesn't
here.
matter.
Doesn't even need the railgun here. Oh, the Widow Moira duel. Let's get into that one. Oh, Plato hits these shots on Verdizzi.
Lamp is saving
and
him.
Mammer's in the back line.
Whoa. Causing a lot of damage. Down.
Maybe the end here.
2, down 3. The entire team is gone.
And we are already to the last fight of this point, and Drexel hasn't touched the point at all yet. Here's grab coming out from both teams here. The B comes from Boise State, and there we go. Goblin gets 2 picks, 3 picks.
Looking for a
great death blossom. And we know he'll chase.
The exact counter to those.
That's what they need.
Okay, here comes
the Cure ults are starting to come out.
Pest Control did commit ult as well. B has not been committed, so they're not in too desperate of a situation.
Clear gets a pick. Both sides even. Matmerk, they're still even 3v3 right now. But with a full charge. Scary.
Ooh, here comes out the ulti. That could do a lot of DPS.
Doesn't look like it connected to anything there. But Whole Hawk is out by Matmerk with the Kiriko rush.
And I think that was Torbjorn as well. Torbjorn also going out as well.
Oh, Goblin gets a headshot onto Peanuts. And it looks like Boise State's going to be taking this one as well.